Hey guys, Nick with Pullright here. Today we're going to go over the installation of a capture plate, part number 331723. That's the capture plate for this Rhino pin box. So when you purchase the capture plate, you're going to get the capture plate. Then you're going to get these 3 threaded plates, which I've already threaded my bolts into and made sure everything was going to thread in there easily. And then you get these 3 landing plates where that's where the bolt head actually rests against as you put it on the pin box. So tools that are needed for the installation, you're either going to need another person to help hold it on, or a pair of vice grips, a clamp of some sort to hold it onto the kingpin. A 9/16 socket. I grab a 9/16 open-end wrench as well, just in case. Shouldn't need it though. And then a 3/16 drill bit. The drill bit's needed to relocate the breakaway cable, which we've already taken off of the pin box. We need to relocate it on this particular one up a little bit. Sometimes those are bolted on in slightly differing locations, so you may have to change the location, you may not. But if it interferes with the pin box, you will have to change it. So slip this onto the pin box with the kingpin going through the hole. And then I use a clamp just to clamp that. It doesn't have to be perfectly tight, but you want to get it as tight as you can. Okay. So once that's up there, we're going to take these plates. I start with the front one. And we'll just tuck this plate in here and go either direction is fine. You're just tucking it in to line the hole up with the bolt. And you'll see that better on this side when I get to it. Now right now we're just loosely fitting things up. Just basically thread the bolt through until it just gets through the plate. I'm going to tighten this up a little bit more. There we go. Now do the same thing with the side that I just did to the front. If you can see in that hole, all I'm doing is lining up the threaded hole with the pre-drilled hole in the outside, and then getting the bolt started in. Don't go too far. Just you don't want to go much past the inside surface of this plate here. Now once all 3 of those are in there and just setting in place, now we're going to start tightening things down. You got to be careful here. You want to make sure that you're doing everything evenly. We want to make sure this capture plate's as square on the pin box as possible. So what we're going to do is take the first of our plates and drop it into the front. Now I'm not going to tighten things up much. I'm just going to where that I can't turn them anymore with my fingers. Then we'll go on to the side plates and repeat the same thing over here. Just dropping the plate in and then tightening up these bolts. Now it's really important on these sides, you want to leave a good 1/8 of an inch gap between the tip of the bolt and the plate here, because we need some adjustability still. Now, one other thing that's useful to have is a tape measure, because this is going to help ensure that this capture plate's square on here. We're going to measure the sides and make sure they're both equal. And then as you start tightening this up, you can make adjustments. If you tighten this one, it's going to bring this capture plate this direction. If you tighten this one, it's going to bring the back of the capture plate that direction. So I need to come a little bit this direction, so I'll just tighten this one first. I'm at 1.5 inches on that side, and you go a little bit more. All right, both sides are just a shade over 1.5 inches. So we're going to then go ahead and tighten up the side bolts now. We're not tightening things up very tight. All I'm doing is basically taking up the space that's there. So once you see the tip of that bolt start resting against these plates that we tucked in there, you want to stop tightening. Alright, so now I have tension on all of those bolts. I can go ahead and pull my clamp off. And now you can see that the capture plate's firmly in place. Now I'm going to go through one more time and tighten up these bolts just a little bit more. You know, maybe put another, 1/4 to 1/2 a turn on them, just to put a little more pressure. You can tell I don't have a ton of torque on these at all. Again, the idea is to just take up the space. That's all we're trying to do here. All right, there we go. It's installed. So the only other thing that I need to do is drill the hole on the side of the pin box to reattach my breakaway switch, which I can go ahead and do that afterwards, and that'll conclude the installation of the 3317-23 capture plate for the Rhino pin box.